Got icy road conditions here in good old Louisville, Kentucky. Get this camera set up right. There we go. Alrighty. So today I was wanting to talk about, something a little bit different than what I've been covering in my past several videos. What I was wanting to talk about today is, extending a helping hand to those in need. Being appreciative and grateful for what you got, but at the same time, sharing that, but share that from a point to where you're able to, don't, like that old saying goes, you can't pour from a glass that's empty, try to work on making sure your glass is full first before you go and try and help other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing selfish with that whatsoever. You know what I mean? Because if you try and pour from a glass that's empty, both of y'all are going to be in a bad way. You could barely be scraping by, and you're going to help somebody else who isn't, who's kind of going under, but you try to help them out, then you don't have enough to help them, and now you've hurt yourself, and now you're both going under, So nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong at all with getting yourself to a good place first, making sure your glass is full first, but, once your glass is full, then there's absolutely nothing wrong. It's actually a great thing, once you get to a point where you're good, to help somebody else out, to help them out, give them a helping hand, I'm not saying give them a freebie and just give to them for the sake of giving, but give to those who want to do better, who want to help themselves, who want to get themselves out of a hole, so to speak. I've made the mistake several times of helping somebody out who, I thought that they were wanting to get themselves to a better place. I thought, and I've gotten burned, I'm owed, several $1,000s by some friends that have completely ghosted me, and I'll probably never see that again. But, financially, yeah, of course I regret it a little bit, but overall, excuse me, overall, I don't regret it at all. As a matter of fact, I'd probably do it again, because you don't know what that other person's going through. And that could be, the only ounce of kindness they get for that day, that week, that month, or even that whole year, And one of these days, if they continue to work on themselves and they get to a better place, they're going to realize what you try to do for them, and they're going to be more appreciative, and they're probably going to be regretful that they didn't take, a more proper advantage of what you were trying to do for them, So, yeah, I just was want to put that good word out there. It kind of got me in the mood for this video. Like last night, like I said, we had this winter storm blowing through, and I had to jump 2 people yesterday. Not like physically jump them, like jump their car. Their batteries were shot. This cold weather, when you get a cold snap like that, it really, can do some damage on some batteries, especially if they're old. So had to give 2 people jumps yesterday, and this one old fella, felt bad for him. I was coming out of the gym, and he came and said, "Hey man, you got any jumper cables, man? We're stuck here." And he was in a little PT Cruiser. His name was Dan, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, man, I'll help you out. Yeah, so let me get my old 4-wheel drive truck, pull around and whatnot. Well, I'll give you a jump." He's like, "Oh, thank you so, man. I've asked literally over a dozen people, man." I was like, "What? Really? Over a simple jump? It takes like 5 minutes, if that, to give somebody a jump, especially in this cold weather, like, I can't believe people left you stranded, man. Like, we're going to be getting cold tonight, it'd be bad if you were stuck in this parking lot all night." But yeah, so I pulled around, I gave him a jump, and it was just a simple gesture to me. But this guy, he was really grateful and really appreciative. He was a really nice guy. And he's like, "Man, thank you so much. I'd hate for me," and I forget his female companion's name. Don't know if they're dating or not. I don't like to assume. But anyways, they were both stuck there, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." Yeah. Got my jumper cables out, and this poor guy, he was about 31 years old, and had just gotten out of prison, he said, and he was on his way to work at the Ford factory. And he was real grateful for me for helping him out, and he was a little bit confused and bewildered. Like, he's like, man, and this is where he confessed to me. He just got out of prison. Like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I just got out of prison. I'm not sure how to do this. And I was like, oh, well, no problem, man. I showed him how to do it. It was pretty simple to jump a vehicle. You hook up, the positive by like little jumper cables. You hook up the positive to positive, negative to negative, and you do the opposite on the other battery. Make sure when you get one battery hooked up, you don't touch them together because they can arc and they can mess up your fuses and whatnot in your vehicle, and mess up your battery. You can do a lot of damage that way if you're not careful with it. And I was telling him about that, and I was telling him how to do it safely and all this good stuff. And I was like, all right, now I'm gonna get my vehicle and I'm gonna rev it up to about 2,000 RPMs before you try and turn it over, because you try and turn it over, you could drop me down too much and you can fry my fuses. So I revved up about 2,000 RPMs and he started right up. He's just bad battery. And he thanked me, and we talked for a good minute about this and that, and he told me his life story. And when you help people, you get a lot out of it too. I mean, I got a really interesting story out of how he told me about how basically how he ended up in his predicament of being imprisoned and whatnot. And I don't know, man. I just you not only do you help the other person, but I mean, if you do it right, you get a lot out of it too, I mean, I got a sense of, fulfillment out of helping this poor guy. It was just a simple jump, but we had a really awesome, the actual action of jumping them off to get their vehicle going only took like 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 at the most. But I was there with him for probably about a good 20 minutes. We talked for a good 10-15 minutes, and it was really awesome. And they were really appreciative. And I gave him some advice, like make sure you drive it for another 20-30 minutes, or leave your vehicle running for another 20-30 minutes. Make sure you have enough juice in the morning to start it up in the morning and whatnot. But yeah, I just want to put this video out there. Just, help out people in need. Be careful about it now, because sometimes you can get burned. It is unfortunate. There are some crooked, mean people out there. It can get you put in a bad position, But, just use your good sense of judgment. Trust in your gut instinct. That thing is very rarely wrong. I mean, my intuition has never been wrong. And if I go against it, I get burned. So, but yeah, I just want to put that out there and just, put positive vibes out there, it's part of what my channel name's about. Liberum Caritate. It's Latin for, free love. Free the love that is inside you for your fellow man, your fellow woman, and whatnot, So, yeah, right on. Y'all have a good one.